This is the 15.3 work in progress. There's a lot of good things. This just dropped today here, chat. So we'll go down through. We're going to read off all this. We got a lot to cover here tonight. I'll read the first segment, then I'll have Classic read the second. We'll get through all of the sections, and then we'll go through in some kind of like segment by segment. All right, so let's get started here. This is the latest and greatest. This is the work in progress dev blog coming out for 15.3. To the best of my knowledge, all of this you can currently check out right now on the PTS server, the public test server. If you don't have that client installed, I absolutely recommend that you do so, because it gives you a chance to kind of test this stuff before it comes out, which is actually really awesome. So here we go. Work in progress update 15.3. Captains, update 15.3 is heading to the public test with a fresh dockyard, 2 themed event pass, and several gameplay changes. From a new battle performance metric to adjustments for a map and carrier mechanics. Okay, jump in and explore what's coming next. Join the public tests is a great way to earn community tokens, containers, and other valuable items. All information on how to join the public test is available right here. So basically you just click on this link here, it'll bring you to the installer. This update is still being tested, so the information in this article is tentative and reflects the state of gameplay development at the time of publication. Some changes and new features may be removed entirely or implemented differently by the time the update goes live. Update 15.3 will be released a day earlier than usual on Wednesday, instead of the standard Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, so that's good to know too. The patch date, release date is April 7th at 2 a.m. UTC time. For me, local time for me is 5 a.m. in the morning. But actually releasing that on a Tuesday instead of a Wednesday. That's kind of cool. All right, Grand Trial. Update 15.2 highlight the end of the Grand Trial season. Thank you so much for participating, and a new Grand Trial season arrives in 15.6. Okay, so the old one will end. They got a new one out in 15. All right, so here it is. This is the first look of the new dockyard, the upcoming dockyard, chat. Dockyard, the ZH-1 destroyer, the German Tier 9 destroyer. Okay, the Zebra Hotel-1 features an unusual main battery layout with 2 main gun mounts, a single mount positioned on the stern, and a twin gun turret on the bow. Like other German destroyer, her HE shells benefit from improved penetration, so she does get that 1/4 pen. Really nice. Although they deal slightly lower damage, her AP shells offer higher damage potential, but the turret configuration combined with long reload time makes direct gunfights with enemy destroyers less favorable. So you don't want to be actively hunting DD. As a result, the destroyer's artillery is best used in defensive or opportunist roles rather than a prolonged close quarters engagement, and she relies heavily on her other weapons. Okay. ZH-1's torpedo lack in damage. They make up for in her solid speed and fairly quick reload. Kind of like Z44-ish. She also armed with an HE airstrike. Really? Okay. Unusual weapon for German destroyers. Yes, that it is. And reflects her Dutch origin. Okay, so that's kind of cool. They took the 2 nations and can kind of combined it into 1 DD. I actually like that. That's kind of cool. Airstrike features a large squadron size, significant amount of damage output, and good penetration. However, it is limited in range and only 1 charge, making careful positioning and timing essential to maximize their combat effectiveness. This looks like a really hard DD to use, but right now I'm thinking it's kind of like a cross between like a Z44, like a torp dedicated boat, German destroyer, which I don't know, the torps seem kind of lacking to me. And but they did give it a Dutch airstrike, which actually kind of wild. What do you think about this thing, Classic? What's your take on it?
I like German destroyers to begin with. I mean, they tend to be more jack of all trades in general. This one in particular, though, of course, has the airstrike armament, and I think Halford has an airstrike. But what other DD has an airstrike? Do we have more than just Halford?
No, I think it's just Halford. We only have 1 hybrid. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a jack of all trades. The gun layout is kind of weird.
It is.
It said it had a gun 2 forward and 1 aft. Right now, I'm trying to figure out where the other gun is. So it looks like it's only got 2 guns.
It's a single one on the very back.
Yep.
It's a single gun on the very back.
Yeah, I can't rotate it. You can't turn the ship. Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
got a single gun. Okay, so it's got a double barrel on the front, so it's only got 2 turns. Single gun on the back, 1 on the front. So yeah, that doesn't have a lot of damage output. To me, it looks very torpedo focused. To me, it's like, I don't know. It's like the Z44 is a torp boat, but it's not known as being one of the best torp boats. Like I always said, just play Kagura because it's just better in every way. Here it is for the Zulu Hotel -1. Torpedoes lacking damage they make up for in their solid speed and fairly quick reload. So think of it as like maybe like a Jaeger-ish. The speed's gonna be kind of high, the reload's gonna be kind of good, and she's also armed with an HE airstrike. Yeah.
It doesn't have multiple, squadrons.
Yeah, you only got 1. Okay, 1 cooldown, 1 cooldown. Okay. I think anything else in a destroyer I think it would be too much. I mean, you get multiple drops with the drops really good, but it looks like it has high alpha with the airstrikes, which is kind of cool. But it's not showing us like parameters like concealment, torp reload, like torp range, torp reload. It's not like giving us all the good stuff when it comes to like learning a new destroyer. But it looks like an interesting boat. They kind of went in the left field with this thing, man. It definitely is not screaming gunboat to me. If it's only got 3 guns total, it is not a gunboat. Like you do not want to actively be picking a fight with this thing. It's like trying to gun down any other ship in the game with a Jaeger, right? It's like you don't really see yourself using your guns a whole lot when you're in a Jaeger. Yeah, it's an interesting boat. Is it going to be like ZF Fit 6 with like 8-kilometer torps? You're really going to have to pick and choose your targets. But with the airdrops, I mean, to me, this looks like a DD that's good at harassment. If they gave it moderately okay concealment, you could probably contest caps with it. But to me, this just looks like the one DD that's just going to be the thorn in your side the entire game. Probably can't wait for it to get dead just because it's so damn annoying. If the thing can always spam torps at you and they're fast, even though they don't do a lot of damage, all it takes is 1 torp to put a flood on you, and then with a good reload, I mean, that over time, eventually get a perma flood on you or something that can make your life as a battleship player a living hell, plus dealing with the airstrikes the entire time. So it's going to be one of those DDs where I think it's going to be okay for what it is, but I truly believe it's going to have its own unique play style. I don't think you could really compare this thing in the game other than Hartford. Okay, dockyard structures. The dockyard consists of 20 phases in total, 18 of which can be completed through combat missions, while the remaining 2 must be purchased with doubloons. Each individual purchase can be purchased for 2,000 doubloons. Starter packs are available, offering 2 phases for 3,200. Okay, so a little bit of a discount. Or 6 phases for 7,800 doubloons. These packs are only available until the moment 4 phases are complete through the combat missions. Okay. Combat missions will be available through the update 15.3 and during the first 3 weeks of update 15.4. During the following week, phases must only be completed using doubloons. That's pretty much standard for any dockyard. That's really nothing new, different. That's pretty much the standard format. Okay, go on to the event pass. Classic, do you want to read the update 15.3 event pass?
Update 15.3 brings 2 event passes, each standing alone and featuring 15 levels. Since update 15.3 will run longer than usual, the Golden Event Week Pass lasts for 3 weeks and 1 day, while the Battle of Coral Sea Event Pass will last for 3 weeks. So we've got 6 weeks total, 2 different event passes. After completing all 15 levels of each event pass, you can continue progressing to earn additional rewards. Each additional level of the first progression line grants 1 more signal container, while the second grants 1 more rare bonuses container. The Golden Week event pass arrives in port with a celebration inspired by Japanese heritage and spring traditions. You can participate in themed progression filled with distinctive cosmetics and valuable rewards. And then it shows, the first progression highlights that we've already talked about a little bit. It's Springs by camo, Golden Week containers. You'll get a commander. Doesn't say he's special or anything, but Japanese commander. Final reward is Japanese castle permanent camouflage for Nagato. And then for the second progression line, the permanent camouflage for Amagi, which looks kind of cool based on what they're showing there. 2 Golden Week permanent camouflages, and then you get the Issei as a ship. The final reward is Goldfall Enemy Destruction Event. And down there, I see pictures of the Amagi and the Destruction Event.
Oh, that's cool, Josh. Those are getting pretty popular. I'm glad they're offering something.
Yeah, for the Battle of Coral Sea Event Pass, it honors one of the defining naval engagements of the Pacific Theater. Take on the challenge to earn rewards inspired by the bravery, strategy, strategy and determination demonstrated during the historic Battle of Coral Sea. So the first progression line is the early morning permanent camouflage. I like that one. It's got some really nice colors in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Monochrome enemy destruction event, which we've seen before, 3 days of premium. And the final reward is Robert E. Dixon. Again, it doesn't say anything about him being special. You get another commander for the second progression line, a Japanese commander. You get the Dawn Harmony camouflage for Shamato. And a Monahan. A Monahan's kind of a cool, it's got a couple different interesting hulls that you can play.
Yeah, it does. You can build that either into a gunboat or a torpedo, depending on which hull you're running. It was actually pretty wild. That's
Yeah.
it. Kilo really likes a Monahan. I kind of do too. I run it more as a torpedo. I think it's super. But anyways, we'll continue.
Yeah. Okay, we get the new feature, objective points. This edition is designed to give you clear insight into how your in-game decisions and actions directly support your team's success. The new metric focuses on objectives and complements other performance indicators like damage dealt, spotting, and potential damage by better reflecting your overall effectiveness in battle. Objective points are earned through actions such as destroying enemy ships and contributing to mode objectives like capturing or defending key areas in domination mode. By making personal contributions more visible, we aim to help you make more informed tactical decisions during battle and better understand the impact of your gameplay. During battle, you'll find a new live counter in the top right corner of your screen showing the total number of objective points you've earned so far. This will allow you to immediately see how your actions are contributing to your team's progress toward victory. Post-battle results screen now includes a dedicated section that breaks down specific actions that earned your objective points. You can get more in the development blog. One of the things I'm going to be interested in is, I know there's no special reward for this, but there's objective points showing in this picture here of a total of 57,440. What do you compare that to?
Right,
as far as,
right.
Yeah. So how do you know 57,000 is either good or average or bad?
Yeah. Well, what it does too is it breaks down, at least it's showing you what you're getting objective points for, like ship destruction, key area captured, key area defense. I mean, these are all things that win games, right? Especially as a destroyer fighter player. So they're going through and they're breaking this stuff down, level by level, so you can physically see, when you finish up, how it is that you're performing throughout the game. I actually kind of like that. I think that's nice.
This kind of reminds me of a numerical, a more breakdown of your the PR rating. So
the
it
PR
reminds
rating,
me of
it shows it. Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's breaking down what you would normally get and how you earn PR. It's actually showing you now on screen like how you obtain like certain things like that, which is actually really nice. Map rebalancing. This is something I've been looking forward to for a long time, and this actually came back out in a series that Dead Blocks released just shy of a year ago, where they're overhauling a bunch of different maps that were less favorable for cruisers and just player feedback and stuff. Some of the maps that usually pop up that we all play on that we know we just are either gonna have a hard time on or just don't like altogether. One of them was Okinawa. They just reworked that. Now it looks like they're reworking Mountain Range, and there was talk of redoing Ocean as well too, so that'll be super nice once all these kinds of things take out. But let's go over the map rebalancing for Mountain Range. In update 15.3, long-standing map Mountain Range is receiving a layout change aimed at improving gameplay flow and balance. The previous layout divided the map too strongly, restricted movement options, and provided ineffective cover on the left flank. The updated version aims to open up the map, improve island placement, reduce restricted terrain, and enhance key area positioning. Key Area A is now more accessible, while Key Area B has been relocated. Additional terrain adjustments have been made, both above and below the water, improvement, cover, and engagement options. Okay, so basically they changed it for submarines too. Mountain Range and Operation Aegis will be updated in future releases. So they're going to change it for that too, but they're not going to change it. All right, and here, this is what it currently looks like right now, chat. And as you can see, it's very challenging with the B cap and the A cap. Looks like what they're doing is they're moving the B cap in the center, right in the middle of that island change. They also moved A out of the open and back into some of that other island cover too. I actually like that too. I think that's a really good move. So you're going from this to this, and it definitely makes it a lot more accessible on A, and it definitely makes things a little bit less hairy, so to speak, for that B cap being right in the open. So that was definitely a good move. I'm happy they did that. Changes to domination game mode in random games. Okay, based on our testing of domination scenarios, there's two different kind of game modes in the game right now: standard battle, domination, and arms race. Based on our testing, domination scenarios and random battles, our data shows that domination alternative results in fewer battles battles ending too quick compared to standard battle scenarios. Okay. Starting with update 15.3, standard domination scenarios with 3 and 4 key areas and random battles will use either parameters previously found in the domination. See, they're saying that same word twice and it's confusing me. Alternatively, scenarios become the default version of the mode. These changes apply to all ships, tiers, maps, and will also affect training battles when choosing domination scenarios. So domination is where you have 3 or 4 caps. Standard battle is where you have 2. These following modes will also receive the new domination settings. Domination local weather, domination local weather for areas, domination for areas, diamond. Okay. You can read more about this information in the previous dev blog. I'm going to have to look into that because that really confused the crap out of me. We're going to continue on because we'll have to come back to that. I don't really understand what they're trying to say here because they're using standard and domination in the same sentence. And I'm like, which ones are you talking about here?
Hey, I'm going to put a link in chat. And if you could go to that, we can talk about domination mode in more detail. It's in this link. This, based on our testing of domination mode and random battle data, shows that domination alternative results in fewer battles ending too quickly. Starting in update 15.3, standard domination modes with 3 and 4 key areas in random battles will use the parameters previously found in domination alternative scenarios, becoming the default version of the mode. So these changes apply to all ships, maps, except for training battles. So we read through that before in the other, the newest update. But if you look at this table here, it kind of makes more sense. It's now using all the key parameters of the new alternative domination mode, which the initial score starts out at 150 instead of 300.
Oh,
and then holding key areas, it's the same. The reward for destroying or having an ally destroyed for each type of ship is different.
Yeah, I see that. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, so submarine, this is the old domination, this is the new. That makes a lot of sense. So basically, you're starting off with less points. What they're trying to do here, chat, is combat blowout, right? They're trying to fix blowouts, and that makes a lot of sense. To see, there's a 15-point difference between submarines, between the old and the new. Destroyers, 10 hit points, or 10 points. Cruisers, 5 points. No change with battleships and aircraft carriers. You actually have 5 points less. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense, and here's the breakdown. I'm not going to read over this too much, because I think that'll take too much time, but okay, so that's different. They're trying to combat blowouts. They're actually doing a pretty good job of trying to change that any way they can. Aircraft changes. In update 15.3 introduces change to the visibility logic of patrol fighters and their action zones. With update 15.3, the patrol fighter patrol zone becomes detected if an enemy surface ship, submarine, or aircraft comes within 10 kilometers of its border. This detection no longer depends on line of sight, island cover, or other obstacles. Once the zone has been detected by the enemy team, it will remain visible for the rest of its active duration, even if all enemy ships later move away from the area. That's nice. Previously, players first had to detect the actual patrol fighter aircraft before the patrol zone becomes visible, and you lost sight of the patrol fighter plane, you would also lose sight of the patrol zone. This could create confusion situations where if a ship or plane was very close to the patrol zone, but due to terrain or smoke, the aircrafts were not visible, the zone therefore remained hidden. Yeah, I'm glad they're fixing that. The new system ensures that proximity to the patrol zone consistency, making the mechanic clearer and more predictable. We've also slightly updated the fighter animation on the evasive maneuvers consumable. Okay. Yeah, see, that's pretty straightforward. Does everybody understand what they're saying there? I think that's pretty easy to pick up on and to read. Basically, if a fighter patrol would not be spotted unless another ship had direct line of sight on it, now all you have to do is be within 10-kilometer proximity, regardless if you have line of sight on that patrol fighter or not, which makes it, I think that's a good move. It just takes the complication out of it. It does kind of get rid of a lot of confusion. Is that breaking the game? No, no, not at all. It's basically taking the same mechanic that already exists and improves the way that it gets detected. And it's a patrol fighter. Patrol fighters no longer spot, so I think it only makes sense to just have it detected. If it's detected, it's detected, and that's that.
Additional rewards.
Okay.
So we'll randomly select 9 players from each region who earn at least 1,000 base XP in a single battle of any type, excluding training battles, to receive an unlock of the second progression line of Golden Week Event Pass or compensation of equivalent value. The player in each region who earns the highest amount of base XP in a single battle of any type, excluding training battles, will also get an unlock of the second progression line of the Golden Week Pass or compensation. Then starting bonuses, they do this most patches, I think, or some patches where you just get discounts on different things.
So it's kind of cool that they're drawing names. They do that every time, too. A lot of people don't know that. Whoever scored the highest X amount of base XP throughout the whole run before, they actually put your name in a pool and draw on that to get a free second progression line, which is actually really cool. But these are some good rewards. For those of you who don't know, the castle camo here for the Nagato is really sharp, and it looks like they're adding one. We all know what it looks like on the Fuso, right? We've always seen that before, and to bring that style of camo over here to the Magi, I think is pretty sharp. I love the Samurai. I absolutely love the Fuso Castle camo. I think it's one of the nicest looking camos in the game. And to see it coming over here to the Tech Tree Tier 8 Amagi, I think that's pretty cool. So that's going to be available in the Event Pass. Do you have anything to add on this classic? I think these are all really good things.
No, I think we've seen most of this stuff before. It's just putting it on different ships, and you get a couple commanders and some perma camos.
Yeah, I would imagine these are 10-point commanders. Like I said, it's not listing them with any kind of perks, so they don't have any. Chances are they're just 10-point commanders. And if you're new to the game and having that 10-point commander that you can finally throw in a tier 8 destroyer is really nice, right? Nobody loves playing a Benton with a tier, a 6-point commander, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty good. Objective points, I really like this. What's your take on this classic? I think this is a good move. It's giving you a better breakdown as to how you accumulate PR. PR is a stat in the game that everybody earns, and it can be really confusing for people because it's not widely publicized on how you earn PR. So,
well, PR, there's a formula to PR. It's very heavily damage based. But the thing is that that's not a game. It's not a wargaming number. This is a wargaming metric, which
they're standardized.
Basically makes it available to everybody that because it's there in the game. It's kind of like they did with some of these things with the Aslanes, the mods, they put some of them in the game. So it's another one of those.
Yeah, I think this is nice. Whenever you get added data right at your fingertips, I think this is always a good thing. I don't think this is anything that's going to break the game, right? These are just different things that with values that already exist in the game, and they're just putting it in a format so you can see it on screen live in real time. And I think that's really nice. I actually like that quite a bit. I think that's a good move. And any chance that we can get more information right as we're playing, I think the better. So that's really good. All right, let's move down here to mountain range rebalancing. This is something that I am incredibly fond of. And you can play with the slider here on the game too. We'll put this in chat so everybody can open this up and explore this themselves. But when you slide the bar all the way over here to the right, this is what we currently have. And as you can see, the B cap's right in the middle of the open. There's not really a good way of approaching that. There's not a lot of cover for cruisers. It's just always a crap show right in that center cap until somebody gets the upper hand. Same thing at A. It's not, there's no real good way to kind of counter A from either side of the map, whether you spawn on the northern side or southern side of the map. It just pulls everything away from where it is. If you move the slider over here, they're moving B cap right in the center of the mountain range, which I actually like. It gives cruisers a little bit of a better place to stack up and better defend the cap. And it's going to make it more risky to definitely go for that B cap because you're, that, and it's smaller too, right? I actually like it. Looks like
I have a different opinion on this, actually.
Okay, fair.
I mean, I like it, but the old map for a DD for A and B cap, you had nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
You know, you had nowhere to run to. With this now, you've got the islands adjacent to B cap. So if you're a destroyer, you have to think about how you're going to approach it. But if you approach it, there's a place for you to run, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You have a way out.
Same thing for A. Yeah.
And it looks like they made the islands a little bit bigger and different shape too. It looks like they expanded
They did,
them out.
yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's kind of nice too. To me, I don't see this. This isn't anything different than we don't see, already see in other maps that in game, right? So this is just a good move straight up. I think these are nice changes. I'm looking forward to playing on it. I think it'll be fun. Changes the domination game mode. We kind of covered this a little bit. I really like, after kind of looking at it from the dev blog angle, I think it really makes a lot of sense. Basically, they're trying to counter blowouts by starting the game off with a little bit less hit points, and they're changing the metric on how many hit points you'll accumulate depending on what ships you destruct, right? Like right now, if we kill a battleship in the game, it's 60 points, right? It's standard across the board. So I think, kind of dropping that number down a little bit and making it a little bit more interactive, based on the ship class that you're trying to target and destroy. I think that I believe it will help counter blowouts. I don't think it's going to erase it altogether, but it's definitely going to spread the point load out throughout the entire game, which will help. I'm kind of all for it. I think that's it. What do you think, Classic? Did that go over it? I think that covered it all.
I think so. I think
that covered it all. So hope everybody enjoyed that little bit of a rundown here on the work in progress 15.3 dev block chat. There's all these mechanics and stuff that we talked about here over the last hour are currently available on the PTS server. We'll make sure to put links in the description below on how to install or where you need to go to install the PTS client for World of Warships. And definitely get over there, guys, so you get a lot of rewards for it. It's a lot of fun. It's a chance to offer some feedback. So again, my name is Airback47. I usually stream every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Twitch, and hope to see you on the next one.